What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with today's first video. And guys, of course, we're going to take a look at Stellar Lumens today because it's absolutely popped off within the last 24 hours. You know what we've been talking about, and we talked about in my last video, that if Stellar Lumens breaks out of this long-term channel here, we were going to absolutely destroy to the upside, and we hit our first target. So what is next? And we're going to take a look at that in this video. So if you guys are new, like today's content, press the subscribe button down below. I appreciate all you guys that take the time out of your day to do that, okay? So let's jump right on into the 4-hour chart here. And you guys can see we did break out of this channel, right? And we're coming back down. Now, do we have to come back down and retest this? No, we absolutely do not. We have a couple different targets we're going to look at, but on this 4-hour chart, if we did come back down and retest this, do not panic, guys. It's probably just a retest before continuing up. But if we don't do that, we could just continue up, right? We have nothing on the RSI here that's telling us, that's giving us any divergence, right? No bullish divergence, no bearish divergence. So what is coming next? Well, we're going to have to take a look at the daily chart to really see what is happening next. So let's go switch on over to the daily chart. You guys can see we pumped straight up to our first target, right? You guys can see that 55 cents is what I had marked here. That is, if you look left, that is one of our resistances. That was our first target there, right? And we hit that perfectly, okay? So what is our next target? Well, our next target here is the 2.618 Fibonacci all the way up at 68.6 cents. That is our next target for Stellar. And that could be coming within the next couple of days. You guys can see how perfectly this played out, where once we broke out, that I told you guys we were at least going back up to 40 cents. And then our next target, I told you guys we're at least going up back up to 55 cents. And we perfectly did that. And now we're getting some resistance right at that right now. We wicked above it, but we're getting resistance. So what is next, guys? 68.7 cents and 86.6 cents. That's our next two targets for Stellar, using our Fibonacci's from our swing high to the top here to our swing low down here. So that's what we have to watch out for, guys. There's nothing on the daily RSI as well, so I don't even have that marked. So we're not even going to look at that. But I first wanted to go over my next price targets if we continue up to the upside. If we were to correct, you know, guys, we've been going straight up here. We don't have much support other than maybe the top of this rising channel, right? So if we did fall to about 40 to about 50 cents, not a big deal. You're looking at, you know, from where we are right now, like maybe a 10% move. So not the end of the world if we fall there, okay? So let's switch on over to the weekly chart. So we know we've been looking at this fractal forever, right? This fractal has been playing out absolutely perfectly. And it just quick look at the weekly RSI down here. We still got room to gun, guys. We're at 86, right? But you can see in the past that XLM has gone all the way up to a 96 on the RSI. So we still have the room to run on the weekly here. And you can see back last time we were around this point, right, where we're approaching all-time highs. We were right about this point right here, right? And we were at a very, very similar point on the RSI and before we absolutely exploded upwards. So we still got room to run. You can see how perfectly this fractal is playing out. You had our old resistance back in the bear market, and you broke up out of it, you back tested it as support, and that's when you really started to pump. Same thing here, guys. You had your bear market resistance, you broke above it, retested it as support, and then you really started to go, right? And then this red line is our second dead cat bounce, right? So you had your pump, you had your dead cat bounce. That's where I put the red line. Same thing down here. You had your pump, your dead cat bounce. And you can see that's where you kind of got rejected. I mean, this one's not perfect, right? This one's more like down here at these, but you can see that the general, that's kind of your last resistance before you really go parabolic, right? And this could happen, right? A major move, probably not the same percentage-wise. You're probably not going to see a 15x within the next 2 weeks, but this is looking like it wants to go super parabolic here. And you can see last time, this thing just pumped and we didn't get any type of resistance on the previous all-time high. So this thing could absolutely moon super, super fast, and you still got room on the weekly to do it, all right? So that is huge. You can see your 20-week moving average was a key indicator here. You can see we got support on it last time, and that's when we started the pump. You can see we've gotten support on it right here, and that's when we're starting to get parabolic. So pretty similar fractal here, guys. So we'll have to wait and see if this continues to play out. If it played out like last time, we would obviously get one giant pump to the upside, and then a giant correction, right? And then another giant pump to the upside, right? So that's what would happen if it was like last time. But we know that these market cycles are never the same. So we have to watch and see what's going to happen in the short term, really. Do we get resistance on our previous all-time high, right? We're coming very close to it. That previous all-time high on the candle closes is right at 71.4 cents. So we're pretty close to that. Really only about 25% there. So another 25% move, we're at our previous all-time high weekly close. So that could be a huge indicator on if it's going to keep playing out exactly like it did in the last cycle, guys. So that's the weekly chart here. Let's take a look at the XLM Bitcoin chart. And we know we've been looking at this fractal as well forever, right? You can see each time where we bottom out here on the fractal, we get a massive pump to the upside. And I labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So what usually happens is you have your resistance here, and then you bottom out twice before pumping up to the upside. You can see your resistance, bottom once, resistance, bottom twice, and then you break that resistance. Same thing down here, guys. Your resistance, so your resistance is sometimes it's kind of horizontal, right? So you can see your resistance, bottom out once, resistance, bottom out twice, and then you go, right? And you can see the same thing here on this is a little smaller time frame, but you can see resistance, bottom out once, pump, bottom out twice, and then go, right? And each time you do this, you make the lowest low of the move, okay? And then what do we have right now? We have number 4, and this one is the biggest one of them all. So you can see resistance, bottom out once, resistance, bottom out twice, and now you're going. So if history was to repeat itself, XLM should see a big move like it did either here, like it did here, or like it did here. And you can see this consolidation was the biggest and longest one. So that could mean a giant move for XLM pretty soon, guys, according to this fractal here on the Bitcoin XLM ratio. This is extremely huge here. We've been talking about this since, I want to say, since about this area in June, right? That each time it looks like we're bottoming out, and when we start to form this triple resistance, double bottom type action, that's when we start really getting parabolic. We could seeing a huge move for XLM to the upside very soon. Now, that's just past, right? The past does not equal future results. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with XLM. But guys, that's the first video today on XLM. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Hope you guys found something useful on this. If you did and you guys are new to the channel, don't press that subscribe button, right? If I could talk on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Just kidding, it's not beautiful. It's like 20 degrees where I live. Anyways, press the subscribe button if you guys enjoyed today's content. And also, guys, there is an imposter in my comment section below. Don't click on any WhatsApp link or anything like that. That is not me. That's some fake guy trying to be me, right? So don't press anything that seems too good to be true. That's just common, like, life financial advice in general, right? But don't press it, especially if it's me in the comment section asking for your WhatsApp, asking for what this. That's not me. All right. So I'll see you guys in the second video shortly.